Okay guys, this is going to be a crazy one. I had to put my stand, my Acron stand for my phone up onto a basket. Oh my goodness, this is a huge one. So this is on our big frame. This is our biggest frame. This is our Greyson style white frame, and it's 18.5 by 24.5. And this is a size E transfer. So it is big. So I was trying to get everything into the frame for you so that you could see it all. And on my live earlier, I did the apple pie and just did that with some other stuff. So I've used this top one. I don't need to fuzz that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. I'm going to try to move this along. It's going to be a long tutorial. So these are our silkscreen transfers, and I am Darlene from Couture. These are similar to a stencil, but they have a silkscreen in them. I'll show you. So you're going to peel it off of the backer sheet. You're going to remember when you put it back onto your transfer sheet, you're going to put it onto the shiny side, not onto the matte side. I put an X on the back so I know not to do that. And these are reusable. So I want to get this up here. I know my head is going to be in the way part of the time. Sorry, don't look at my roots. It is time. It is time to go and get my hair done. And you know what? This is super duper sticky. I think maybe I should fuzz this. I just washed it with the Clorox wipes and it is super sticky. So I'm going to take my fuzzing cloth and I'm going to lay it on top of that. What I don't want to happen is have my transfer stick too much to my board, that when I go to peel it off, it is too sticky. So I'm going to fuzz it. And there's a couple of little fuzzies that are stuck on here. If they're in the screen part, that's going to matter. If it's just on the sticky part, it's not going to matter. I'm going to flip that around and get that in place. Now that's better because I'm able to actually move it around and it's not sticking at the moment until I start to press it down. Before it was being really difficult. So I have my colors here. I have my chalk paste out. I have Candy Apple Red. I'm going to use that for the apple pie. I'm going to use our Forget-Me-Not for this part. And then for the actual pie part, I mixed this. This is a combination of fawn. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Nope. Sorry, grabbed the wrong one. This is what I mixed for our apple pie. And I used this earlier. I'm going to spritz just a little bit of water in there. It's getting too thick. You want it to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. This is a mixture of fawn and bark and a little bit of marigold. So I had a container that was almost empty of fawn, and what I did was I just mixed a little bit of the other colors till I got the right color. So this will be for our pie shell, and I have paper towels in case things start to feel like they're drying. I have wet paper towels. I put this under the faucet and then I squeeze out all the water. I have those ready just in case. If I don't use them for that, I will use them to clean up. So I have my transfer firmly placed down on here, get all the air bubbles out, and I folded my corners under it, makes it easier to pull. I'm going to put some of my chalk paste up here on just this part. Forgive me for being in the picture. I have a bunch of squeegees here. I might have to grab more. You're going to spread your chalk paste and you work quickly. You want to get this all spread and then squeegee off your excess. Put that back into your jar. Because you can reuse that. You don't want to waste it. It will last you a long time. So you're pushing this down through the silk screen. That is what you're doing. Okay, so we got that. And I'm going to just be setting my squeegees to the side. Some of them I will use again. So I have a paper towel over here, and I have a paper towel for myself because I am messy. And I am going to, there was my water bottle underneath the table. Oh my goodness. It's okay. It's Monday, right? So that's why it's happening. I think what I want to do is I want to do the pie first. I'm going to tape this off. So I'm going to put paper towels up here because I know that this is going to start to dry. The other thing that I can do is let me show you this method. It's called pull and peel. So you pull and peel as you go. So we can do this. There's a couple of different ways. So then you just gently set it down, and that just means I need to smooth this back out. So now I don't have to worry about that drying in there. So there are several different ways that we can do this. On the bottom part where all the ingredients are, I don't want to pull it. I will want to put the paper towels. So now I'm going to tape this off because I want to do the pie first, and I don't want to have the pie color get onto this other blue color. I'm afraid that I'm going to get a little messy here. Never know. So I have blue painter's tape, and that is what you can do if there's an area that you do not want to have the chalk paste on. Just cover it with the blue painter's tape. And I have our 4-inch handled squeegee that I'm going to use to spread this onto the pie. And this is going to take a lot because it's a big open area. And I'm just going to start spreading it, and then I will go back and I will squeegee off the excess. Kind of go in a circle here. I don't want to get up into the red area. I don't want to drag any of that color into this. If you did get some of your other color in here, then you need to wipe your squeegee onto a paper towel. Don't put the stuff back into your jar because we don't want to contaminate our color. This actually turned out to be a perfect pie color. It looked really good on the board I did earlier. We'll see how it does on the black. Everything shows up a little bit differently if you use a black background. The other one I used was kind of an off-white, a buttermilk color. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to put this to the side, and I am going to peel this off, and then I'm going to put down some paper towels because I don't want to peel this. This will take up my entire thing if I peel it. So I'm going to put paper towels in the center to keep this moist while I'm doing the blue. So this will just keep my moisture in. Tear that in half. Okay, so now I can do my, I'll just pat that down. Now I can do the blue. So this is our Forget-Me-Not blue. I did Liberty on the other one, but Liberty doesn't show up as well on black. You need to get a good contrast on your colors. And I didn't like the way that the other day when I used it, I did not like the way that Liberty showed up on my black. Oh my goodness, I am making a mess. All right, so I'm gonna get right in here with this Forget-Me-Not. I'm kind of scraping it at the same time. I'm spreading it and scraping. Doing it quickly. Getting all the way down in there. Gonna scrape all the excess off. Oh, you guys, you know me. You know I am gonna make a mess. There is no way around it. It is just gonna happen. I'm gonna pat, pat, pat. Gonna take this off. And I'm gonna pull my transfer. You're gonna pull top to bottom or side to side. On this one, it's easier to pull top to bottom. And there's our awesome pie. So this is gonna go into my water bath. I'm simply going to take it, I'm gonna fold it so the non-sticky sides are together. Now it's more manageable. I'm gonna put this into my water bath. Getting my fingers cleaned up because you know how messy I am. And I'm going to dry this really quickly so I don't put my hand into it. And it will dry really quickly with your heat gun. Gonna take it back down to room temperature. Just putting it on air now. Now, I'm not layering anything on it, so it didn't really matter that I dried it, but I know how I am with things, and I tend to put my hands into them. Okay, so all the colors here, there's a lot of colors on here, so we are going to use our paper towels, and if I have to grab more, I will. And I don't think I'll need my blue painter's tape, but it's here if I need it. So the colors that I planned out, I have for... And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the stem a different color. I could open up my brown, my bark. I could open up my bark and have that ready to do the stem of the apple. Okay. So I have parakeet because we're using green apples. That's what you generally would use for a pie. You would use green apples. And then this one is cut open, so that's the inside of the apple, and so the inside of the apple I'm going to use fawn. And then the apple slices, well, that's a little more tricky because, well, they are peeled, so these are slices, so I'm going to use fawn on that too. And our fawn is starting to thicken up. I'm gonna grab that water bottle. It rolled under my table. Don't mind me. You want your chalk paste to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt, and this is starting to thicken. It's a brand new jar, so it was thick to begin with. I'm stirring it over here away from you guys. When I put the initial water in, I thought I was going to splash it. All right, so I have that. So always have your colors planned out so you don't have to sit there and think about it. I'm going to do white. All my words are going to be white. Okay, so all my words are going to be white except for this. So I'm going to do this in white. I'm going to use red here to incorporate. I'm going to use blue and blue. I'm going to use red, and I hope I remember all this. I have, for my cinnamon, I have brick red, which is a dark red brown. And for my nutmeg, I have a mixed up one that is a light chocolate that I mixed. And then for this stick, I'm going to use fawn. And the words down here, I'll use white. We'll see how it works out. The label, I was going to do in white. And this I was going to do in storm. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. This is a brand new transfer, so it does need to be fuzzed. I only used the top part on my other tutorial. I'm going to fold my corners under. I've already put an X on the back. You can put the name of the transfer. A lot of people put the name. I don't use mine at events usually, so I just put an X. And the back of this is sticky. I'm going to do half of this at once because it'll be more manageable for me. So I'm going to grab my fuzzing towel and I'm going to lay, this is the terry cloth side, this is the soft baby side. You're going to use the terry cloth side, you're going to lay it down onto there and then peel that up. We're going to do half at a time. So then I'm going to fold this over and we're going to do the other half. Okay. All right, we're getting there. It is Monday morning after all. Oh my goodness, busy weekend at the craft show. Had a successful craft show. Lots of people there. Okay, so now I'm ready to pull this off. So an easy way to do that, and it's going to be upside down, but I'm going to flip it. An easy way to do that is to flip it over and pull the backer sheet off. Put the backer sheet to the side, because after we wash it, we're going to put that back on. We're going to put it back into its big sleeve. All right. Then we're going to line this up where we want it. Try to get it even before we stick it down. So I'm looking at these to see how much room this is on each side. I'm trying to get it exactly even. Put a little bit of air under it to move it. Okay, then you're gonna go from center out, and I'm gonna work from top to bottom. I kind of think that should be up a little bit more. I think it should be up closer to the pie. I don't like how that's gonna be, so I'm peeling it. I'm gonna just raise it up a little bit. Don't wanna go too much. Okay, that looks close enough. I want space there, and I have space at the top. So you're gonna press out, get out all your air bubbles, and then we're just gonna simply start. So hoping I can remember everything that I was gonna do. So first off, I'm gonna grab, I might have to grab more multi-tools. I'm gonna do my little stem right here. I'm gonna try to do all the apples first. So I'll do stem, stem, and then I'll do the apple parts. So this is a green apple completely, and the other two are going to be in fawn. So I'll need this here to put the excess. This is a mini squeegee. I'm going to put the excess back into the jar. Okay, I don't need that one. I'm going to set that to the side. And then these are both going to be fawn because this is the inside of the apple. And grab another mini squeegee, and I will need this mini squeegee for other things, so I will try to set this close by. And I just got some of my brown, so I'm not going to want to put the excess back into the jar with this one because I just contaminated the color. I didn't know if I'd be able to get that, so that I only got the stem. Okay, so there's our little apples. All right, I'm gonna take one of our paper towels. So for this part, we will use our paper towels. Let me get a full one. And I don't want to put it up on top of what I already chalked because that will, it'll start taking it off. You get moisture into that and it will start taking it off. I have lots of paper towels, so I'm just gonna mold and cut and tear and whatever I need to do to get them to fill that space. All right, so this is gonna be white. That'll make it stand out really well. And then this was gonna be red. Okay, gonna use my mini squeegee. Going to be really quick. Go across that, get all the excess off. Make sure that it's completely filled. If you see black under there, it is not done. Going to need this squeegee again, so we'll just set it here on the edge. I'm going to get my red for my 6 apples. Even though the apples are green, well, maybe I need to do it green. That is a good, that's a good, okay, so we're going to do that green. We're going to switch things up a bit then. That's the great thing about this. You can do it any color that you want. So we're going to do it green because the apples are green. 6, and it kind of 6 green apples. All right. So then I need to throw red in here. I like to have my base colors, and I don't like to have too many colors. So I'm going to do this red. I'll do both of these little things red, and this will be easier to just grab a multi-tool and do this. If I need to wash some of my multi-tools, then I will. Okay, so we have that. All right, then these are going to be the other color, but this is going to start drying, so we need to put our paper towel there. Okay, paper towels to the rescue. If I need more, I'll just grab more, no big deal. Paper towels are cheap, but we don't want to be frustrated and have our project get messed up. I'm going to put this over the dots, and then I think what I should do is I should do this. This is going to be blue, this will be white, so I'll work that area, and this will be red. So I think I can get all of that and then put a paper towel down. This is actually going to be a quick project. I thought it was going to take an entire hour, so I didn't do it on my live because I didn't want to take up the whole hour. And my phone died. My live this morning was 45 minutes, but then I get talking to people is the thing, is that I start answering questions, talking, which is great. It's great to have those friends there that watch, but I start getting distracted. So this is all going to be white. I want this to really pop. And I'm gonna use, this will be good. We'll use this bigger one because the other white was just smaller. I used this small squeegee. So I'm gonna use a bigger squeegee so I can work this quicker so it doesn't dry. You can't sit and fuss over chalk paste. Chalk paste, you just gotta get it done. So you are just, and I'm tempted to just do this part down here because it's white also, but I'll wait. I will do I'll follow the plan, working top to bottom, squeegee off my excess, and because that way it's going to look good. If you squeegee off the excess, you have a nice firm, a nice clean surface here, and when you peel it, it's going to look right. This is going to be red, so I'm going to grab my multi-tool and we're going to do that, and then we're going to put down a paper towel. So the multi-tool, you are just pressing a little bit into that. You really don't have to go back and scrape it. You've already done that. Okay, we're going to put down a whole paper towel right there. These are the ones that peel off in smaller sheets, so I might actually need more. Let me see. Is it going to fill the whole area? Okay, pat, pat, pat. Get it down on there. Don't be swishing it around though. Pat, pat, pat straight down. And then like right here, I'm just going to push that up a little bit because I'll have to do those words. Okay. Now remember, I told you our tricky part will be the cinnamon because I have many colors. I'll go ahead and I'll do the nutmeg and I'll do the spoon. So our nutmeg, this is a color that I mixed. It's I call it milk chocolate. It is bark and it has some fawn in it. So that is our nutmeg. And this is like our little grated nutmeg, basically is what that is. Okay, gonna put the excess back into my jar. And try not to get that on there. I'm going to use fawn for this spoon, kind of like a wooden spoon, make it stand out. Try not to get any of the milk chocolate color on there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take paper towels and I'm going to cover this because the cinnamon jar is going to be tricky for me because it's different colors. It's 3 different colors. So I have the lid and I need to, I'm going to wipe this multi-tool because actually my Storm has that. Okay, so I didn't need to do that. Storm has a multi-tool already in it, but I need to kind of clean it because the lid is going to be Storm. Maybe I'll do that last. I'll do the label first. Okay, so the label, and it's kind of going to blend and it will be okay. I don't think it's going to be perfect because I can't really tape it off. I'd have to pull this and I would have to dry it in between. So I am just going to try to be careful with this. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out because there's a little stripe there and I wonder if I can do that little stripe in red because there's like a little label right here. Let's try this. This could be a mess. and there's a little half circle right here. So, okay, well, you know, I'm just trying to see if this is going to work. And then I'm going to do the cinnamon, which we're doing with our brick. So there's little lines here. If you have this transfer, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to fill this in to make it look like a label. So we'll see if this is going to work. We don't know. Okay, now I need to get my actual cinnamon color in there. And have a or a mini. I should have had a multi-tool. I think it will be fine. I'm trying not to get the lid because I want that to be storm. So this is the most detailed part of it. The jar of cinnamon is the most detailed part. That's funny. But it has a lot of little tiny details on it. Okay. All right. And now what I need to do is I need to take my multi-tool that has storm, and I need to get it cleaned off here and just do the lid. So it looks kind of like silver. I could do silver, but I think that this is fine. It's a grayish color. And then I'm noticing that down at the bottom here, I'm missing some color. If you see black, then you need to go back over it. All right. I think that we are looking good here. Gonna push this around a little bit. Just try to get that. And then I'm gonna put a paper towel over that. We're gonna quickly do the bottom with our white. I'm just putting this here to just keep some of the moisture in. So all I have down here is I have the words. So this is a huge transfer, but it's cut into 2 pieces. So don't be intimidated by it. And if you need to, if you need to do it part at a time, just do that. Just do half of it at a time. You don't have to do the whole thing. You can wash your transfer in between. It's no big deal. You could do it in 3 steps. You could do part of it, and you could also do pull and peel if you felt that that was easier for you. The paper towels just seem to really work on ones that have a lot of detail like this. Okay, let me squeegee off the excess without getting any of the color from above, and that might not be possible. I'm going to check my squeegee going all the way across, and then I do see color. Okay. So I'm just going to wipe it onto a paper towel. I don't want my white to get contaminated. And I think we are ready to pull this. So I'm going to take off all of my paper towels. Well, let's pat it first. So pat, get all that moisture back in. The cinnamon jar, I'm a little scared to pat. We're going to take this off, and then I'm going to peel. And we're going to see how it looks. Hopefully good. All right, so take it, you're gonna peel top to bottom or side to side. This one might be easier side to side. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna get it started, and then I'm gonna peel it this way. Awesome. Now this is looking kind of weird, my green apple here. Let me try that. I'm just gonna go over that. The texture was looking a little odd. So I went over it again to kind of fill it in. And there's lines in it. Okay, here we go. Let's try to get all those lines, smooth it out. So this is your opportunity to go back and fix anything as you're pulling. You can see if there's anything that needs to be done. I'm fine with the apple being that way. Actually, it's pretty cool. And our cinnamon jar turned out okay. There's a little bit of bleeding from the red, but I could touch that up afterwards. All right, so now this needs to go into my water bath. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna fold it, the sides that are non-sticky. I'm gonna fold the non-sticky sides together, put it into my water bath. I'm adding just a little bit more water in there so that it has that. And I'm wiping my fingers. I'm gonna wipe my hands real quick. All right, I think we're done. What do you think? I think it turned out good. The great thing is that if it didn't, we could wash this whole board and we could start over. And this little area here, no worries. I can dry that and I can touch that up. I could do that right now. I'll show you how to do that. So I have this little stylus, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your chalk paste. So I wanna just touch up the white. That's all I'm gonna do. Right there where it got red, all I'm doing is taking a little bit of my white and touching that up. And then I can see up here that the lid, and I could sit here and I could do this for the whole thing, but the storm didn't come all the way down here, so I can just touch that up. And actually, I don't think it needs much more. I think that right there, I know sometimes I can be really picky about stuff, but that's okay. All right, I think it's perfect. Other than that, I think we are ready to seal this and take it to a craft show and sell it. How awesome is this? This is huge. Let me see if you can see the whole thing still. See if my phone moved. All right. Now it looks like you can see everything. You can see everything on my desk too. But you know what? I had to make it work. So thank you for joining me. Everybody have an awesome day. It's Monday. Woohoo!